the city of the sun. You could have stayed, it's only over when the day is done. I never knew you was a runner, yeah. I mistook you for a son. It don't matter what we think when it's all over. 'Cause this is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah. This is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah.
Archie, is it fun?
Fun.
Fun.
After me. Ready? Happy?
Happy.
New?
New?
New.
Was wrong to say I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause in the story of our lives, the best of times through color glass, time rolls on enough to let me move on past, but every little now and then it creeps on back to shape my smile.
Today is January 23rd, 2025. It is 2:14 a.m. I think I'm gonna cover Harry's win against NGN. Since I've already covered on this channel, Happy Team Sussex, I think I should put this recording on PYTE. So let's go on PYTE. So for the sake of this recording, 4,505 subscribers, new subscribers, welcome. Estimate revenue, $106.61. But I'm going to put this video on PYTE to have a record of it on PYTE. Okay, so this is PYTE, 4,109 subscribers, new subscribers, welcome. Estimate revenue, $119.52. Analytics, not much, 655 views in the last 48 hours. All right, so let's go on Twitter. There's a lot of discussion being discussed, but I want to focus on my list. Okay, so this is what I have. There's so much more. Maybe later on, depending on the time that I have, I might do another video, but I'm still editing whatever I recorded yesterday, and part of the video, part of the information on yesterday's recording may be irrelevant because Harry have agreed with NGN, so the trial, the lawsuit is over. So because I have it for the sake of record purposes, maybe I'll still edit it and put it out there so we know what was being discussed leading up to the Harry's win. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 tweets, and there's a possibility there might be 2 parts. because there's a lot of videos. All right, so this is the first tweet. All right, let's pause. And a monumental victory, News UK has admitted that the Sun has engaged in illegal practices. Prince Harry's lawyer, David Sherborne, reads a statement on behalf of the Duke of Sussex and Lord Watsoon after the Sun publisher offers an apology for intruding into their private life. You won't believe some of the derangers, what they are saying. Harry did not win. I don't know what universe these people live in. I do not know what universe these people are in. I have to get screenshot to look at meanings and put it for them, and it's just unbelievable. All right, so let's listen to this. It's 3 minutes and 3 seconds. There will be screenshots.
So this is David Sherborne, who is Prince Harry's barrister, and we are expecting him to read out the apology in full secured by News Group newspapers. It'll be interesting to see if there's anything further added to it from
I've
Prince
been
Harry
asked to
specifically.
read out a statement on behalf of the Duke of Sussex and Lord Watson. In a monumental victory today, News UK have admitted that The Sun, the flagship title for Rupert Murdoch's UK media empire, has indeed engaged in illegal practices. This represents a vindication for the hundreds of other claimants who were strong-armed into settling without being able to get to the truth of what was done to them. After endless resistance, denials, and legal battles by News Group newspapers, including spending more than £1 billion in payouts and in legal costs, as well as paying off those in the know, in order to prevent the full picture from coming out, News UK is finally held to account for its illegal actions and its blatant disregard for the law. It has also specifically admitted wrongdoing against Tom Watson and admitted unlawful acts by The Sun, as well as by the News of the World against Prince Harry. The truth that has now been exposed is that News Group newspapers unlawfully engaged more than 100 private investigators over at least 16 years on more than 35,000 occasions. This happened as much at The Sun as it did at the News of the World, with the knowledge of all the editors and executives going to the very top of the company. What's even worse is that in the wake of the 2006 arrest of a royal correspondent, there was an extensive conspiracy to cover up what had really been going on and who knew about it. Senior executives deliberately obstructed justice by deleting over 30 million emails, destroying backup tapes, and making false denials, all in the face of an ongoing police investigation. They then repeatedly lied under oath to cover their tracks, both in court and at the Leveson public inquiry. At her trial in 2014, Rebecca Brooks said, "When I was editor of The Sun, we ran a clean ship." Now, 10 years later, when she is CEO of the company, they now admit when she was editor of The Sun, they ran a criminal enterprise.
Okay, this is why the police needs to be investigated, and there could be, she could go to jail for lying under oath. Okay, so this is the thing that Harry wanted to make sure. Many other things. Apology, acknowledge their wrongdoing, and apologize to his mom and all of that. All right, so now, after this, it should be going to the police for further investigation. All right, so let's see here. Read more. So let me see if they discuss anything in court. If they share anything more than what, these are what? Screenshots. Okay, there's a lot of things here. You know what? For the sake of this video, I'll leave the link here. Okay, will there be more claim against The Sun? Prince Harry's claim. Okay, 19 hours ago. So these are updates. updates. Okay, Rupert Murdoch told to apologize to the King. Former Labour Deputy Leader Lord Watson, the other claimant, and the case is next to speak outside the court. So they were giving step-by-steps, hours, minutes after minutes of what was going on. He called for NGN owner Rupert Murdoch to make a personal apology to the Duke of Sussex and the King. If Rupert Murdoch had any decency, he should follow this corporate mission of guilt with a personal apology to Prince Harry and to his father, our King, he says. Okay, so what is this now? Jenny Bond, apology from newspaper group is sensational. As we told you in our 10:54 a.m. post, NGN has issued a rare apology for intruding into Prince Harry's personal life. Royal commentator Jenny Bond says the apology was pretty sensational and will mean a lot to the Duke of Sussex. Quote, I think what was so precious to him was to have an apology for his late mother because he has spoken about her so much and how she was persecuted, she tells Sky News. I think he was fully prepared to come over and see the case, out in public, but I think he's got the essentials of what he was after, she adds. Okay, some of the squad feel the same way too. Will there be more claim against the son? Prince Harry's claim has been settled, and NGN had said it will pay substantial damages to the royal and fellow claimant Lord Watson, but the Duke of Sussex lawyer has called for a police investigation into the unlawful activity now finally admitted and the perjury and cover-ups that came along the way. But will it trigger further action? Media lawyer Matthew Gill thinks we are nearing the end of this battle and we are unlikely to see more claims made. Okay, like more people to come out. Okay, the Sun and NGN have already settled hundreds of claims totaling over £1 billion. He tells our presenter, Wilfred Frost, those who have already made claims won't be able to come back for a second bite of the cherry. That's for sure. Okay, he adds that Prince Harry and Lord Watson now face a very difficult battle to get the police to launch an investigation. I remember a long time ago, I said, in order for certain things to be done, Harry's gonna have to run for office at some point. But I don't think he will. Okay, I'm talking office in the UK. All right, that was something I said out of the blue. Okay, but I don't think he will do it. I think he's fine where he's at in the US doing his thing. Okay, so there's more things here. Timeline of Prince Harry's legal battle with the press. Prince Harry's claim against newspapers group have been going on for years, and today's settlement marked a dramatic end to the saga. Here's a look at the timeline of event. 2019, Prince Harry launched claim against Rupert Murdoch News Group, the Mirror Group, and Associated Newspaper. Okay, 2019, he claimed stories about his school days, teenage shenanigans, and relationships were obtained by hacking, bugging, deception, or other forms of illegal intrusion. If you go, I might have some of this information on this channel or App Team Sussex. So you need to subscribe to all of my channels because different topics tend to pop up. Okay, February 2021, his wife Meghan wins an invasion of privacy battle against Daily Mail publisher Associated Newspapers over publication of a letter she wrote in 2018 to her estranged father. I'm telling you, the Sussexes are just slaying the papers and the British media because many of these things then have to. Okay, and then the suppression the royal family did to prevent them from suing the paper. And then you have the tabloid, the media in the UK saying, oh, they will never win. It's a drip, like scaring them.
Is that the case?
No, absolutely not. No. I mean, and if we're talking about why this whole, Harry Meghan thing started, it started because several years ago, if you cast your mind back, the the Queen was and always will be the most popular royal, but second to that was Harry. It wasn't William and Kate. It was not William and Kate. And when Harry and Meghan became such a popular couple, it put everybody's noses out of joint. The establishment wanted to retain the monarchy as it was, to boost William and Kate, and the media, the Daily Mail and the Telegraph in particular, fed those lines.
Well, I agree with everything until you said the last bit. I think that somebody in the palace decided to take them down a peg or two, and it went too far.
Absolutely.
But it's all history now, isn't it?
Well, it's not history, because, for instance, if you take the media on, as Dawn will know, you
never win.
If you never win, but the media will always be at war with you, and the Daily Mail does everything drip, 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 poison.
And it's not like Harry and Meghan never use the media, of course. I mean, that Oprah Winfrey
if you were in that position, you would fight back too. You would absolutely fight back too.
I wouldn't.
For not even doing anything or pursue to sue the papers. So they were scaring them before they even started. They didn't care. They knew, Harry and Meghan knew what the papers was doing was wrong. Okay? They are dragon slayers. Okay? June 2023, the Duke of Sussex gave evidence in his case against the Mirror Group, becoming the first royal in more than a century to appear in the witness box. Harry was serious about this. In December 2023, he wins his case against the Mirror Group after a judge rules that it had hired private investigators to snoop for personal information and engage in illegal phone hacking. He was awarded legal costs and £140,000 in damages. February 2024, the Mirror Group agrees to pay his legal costs and undisclosed damages to settle outstanding claims. January 2025, Prince Harry settled his legal action against News Group newspapers. Okay, so there's much more. Okay, I'll leave the link in the description for you guys. Okay, there's a lot. That will be another video by itself. All right, so let's go back. Let's see what some people are saying here. So there's me here 32 minutes ago. I take it all newspapers should now say who their sources are going forward. So there's me here. Responding, no, they just abuse that part of journalism in order to frame their false narrative. There are millions of other important topics in the world to report on, but these people want to keep the vast population in the dark in order for their bodies to rob the world out of its wealth. I meant to say natural resources, but I went out of space to write. Okay, he got an admission, which they have always denied. All he ever wanted was a public admission of their crimes. He has got it. And more. Okay? And he got them to apologize to his mother. And then now, I don't know if the people of the UK are serious or behind him, should demand an investigation. And there was perjury that happened in Levison Inquiry. Okay, well done, Harry. You exposed those criminals publicly. You could have taken the money in secret. You didn't. Your mother will be so proud of you. Okay, the other brother did that. Took the money and shut his mouth. We would have never known about William's secret hush money if it wasn't Harry who went to court. And we need to keep this in mind. Very, very clear. Everything that is exposed due to Harry's claim happened in court. He didn't go to the media to blab his mouth. Okay, all this stuff happened in court. Now, some of you will say, okay, so why did he do the Oprah interview? He said this, he said that. Guess what? It's accumulation of false articles that were written about him and his wife, and they needed it to clear their names up. Okay, so the Oprah interview was to clear off some of the narrative that they were saying since he's been with Meghan and some other things. Okay, and then he moved on, and then the Spare book, the book was about his life, so he told his side of the story. And he even said when he did the thing for the first time, but he never named anybody. The person decided to come out of under the rock to claim it was her who did it behind the pub. But it wasn't Harry who said it was her. And it may not even be her because Harry just ignored that. And he never named anybody. Okay, so there's that. Okay, I read that. Well done, Harry. Your mother will be proud. Okay, so let's listen to this. 12 seconds.
The goal is accountability. It's really that simple.
Okay, there's more. So these are the headlines that happens. They apologize, and there's Princess.
The goal is accountability.
Okay, so that's that. Okay, I wonder if like William Harry will be donating his payout. William claimed he donate. Did we see that? And how many things are Harry and Meghan are doing? Charities, Well Central Kitchen, all this stuff. Let me see something here. Okay, is that what you believe? Thank you. He thinks that, or this person thinks, they just give them a bone to just shut them off. William doesn't even want to show his, the expenses, the reports of what he does during the year. They just give them a bone to keep the people shut their mouth. All right, let me write something here. Okay, so this is what I wrote. William donating, there's the laugh here. Okay, do you know how many charities and organizations Archwell is supporting? When people like you see the Sussexes doing things for charities, the Rangers degrade their work. They have more charities to help. Harry can do whatever he wants with his money. He was the one being abused. Okay, so that's that. All right, so let's go to the next one. So there's more things going on. The squad, there were some things. Okay, what is it? Okay, he got what he wanted, money, not just, please. Okay, so this is what I wrote. You mean this? I'm pointing down here where William got hush money paid in secret by Murdoch. Okay, and got zero apology. Harry told the world what he wanted out of NGN. He got it, accountability, and apologized to Princess Diana. William called his mom paranoid. So stay in your delusional world. When Harry says something, you people better listen because he means what he says. All right, so that's that. Okay, he forced, some people are responding some more. He forced NGN to admit their illegal activities, something even his brother failed to do. He proved he was right all along, cry really, really hard about it. Yeah, he got them to admit guilt. Now it's up to the government and police to do their job. That's right. It shifts now from his corner now to the police. But then again, these people have the police and under their belt, under their fingertip. What is it when Harry keep on bringing claims to Ipsos? This is another department in the UK. Okay, what does Ipsos do? I think overlook is it the media or just the papers? Let's see. Let me look it up. Okay, so this is what I wrote in Google. What is Ipsos' role in the UK? In the UK, Ipsos stands for Independent Press Standards Organization, which is the independent regulator for the majority of UK newspapers and magazine industry, essentially meaning it investigates complaints against publications that are members of Ipsos regarding potential breaches of their code of practice and can order correction or ruling if necessary. Role in this context refer to its function of overseeing and managing complaints against the press. Harry used to go to them. Every time he went to them, they just brush his complaint off. So once he realized they're not going to do anything about it, he just goes straight to the court. And then when Meghan had issues with the paper printing her father's, the letter that she sent to her father, due to Harry's experience with Ipsos, that Meghan didn't even bother going to them. If she did, I was not aware. She went straight to the court. Okay, so all of this, that was something I was thinking. Okay, so this is the part that caught my attention. All right, where is it? Essentially meaning it investigates complaints against publications that are members of Ipsos regarding potential breaches of their code practice and can order correction. Okay, breaches their code of practice. Okay, Now, my question to Google is, what is journalist? Oops. And journalist code of practice. Okay, let's say code of practice. Let's remove this part. Oops. I don't want this video to be long. Okay. In the UK, the Journalist Code of Practice refers to a set of ethical guidelines primarily outlined in the Editor's Code of Practice. Okay, so that's something to look at. Okay, which governs how journalists should conduct themselves when reporting news, ensuring accuracy, fairness, privacy, privacy and responsible use of information, and is overseen by the Independent Press Standard Organization, IPSO. The National Union of Journalists, also has its own code of conduct for members which outlines similar principles. Guess who follow this code of guess who follow code of practice? OMID. OMID is the only one of the royal rats. If there are others, I don't know, but OMID I'm aware of who follows that, because the others hate him for that. They hate him for that. Okay, what was the other thing I was gonna say? I was gonna look code of practice. What is this? I know I copied. Editor code of practice. Is that the same thing? Editor code of practice, IPSO. Okay, you guys could look further. All right. So these are the things that IPSO was supposed to follow through, but they never do it. At least when Harry bring his case to them to review, they breach his privacy. They do all of this. They always turn a blind eye. So when Meghan was suing the papers regarding the letter she sent to her father, she went straight to court, because I'm assuming because Harry have had history with IPSO, they always ignore him. And then you could see also with Meghan, the palace was making her do the runaround, did not want to help her. Okay, so she did it herself. She went straight to the court and she won. Meanwhile, all the papers, the newspapers, or the journalists in the UK keep on putting the scare tactic. She will never win.
For instance, if you take the media on, as Dawn will know, you never win. If you never win, but the media will always be at war with you, and the Daily Mail does everything drip, 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 poison.
But meanwhile, she knew that they violated her privacy. Okay, that was one of the things that I read here. Okay, let me go back. Okay, code of practice. Essentially meaning investigate. Is that one? Nope. Let me pause for a second. Okay, so what is it? Which govern how journalists should conduct themselves when reporting news, ensuring accuracy, fairness, privacy. This is the part here. Privacy and responsible use of information. One of the things that the UK did, the royal rats have done and abused, is that I believe the US has that, and I think the UK has it, that you cannot reveal your sources. Where did you get your information? Let's say, for instance, someone told you something about something. Due to the witness safety, you don't tell or you don't write about the person. Okay, so this is the part that they have abused, and this is where they say, how did they usually put it? I think Vanity Fair have said it. The sources, or what's the keywords that they usually use to not say the name of the person. Meanwhile, they fabricate their own stories, and then they just say someone told them, or this and that, when in fact it's all of their narrative. Okay, so let's leave that alone. So I might have more than one video with this recording. Now I'm going to the second one. Let's pause this. I once said that the big beasts of the tabloid jungle have no predators. I was wrong. They have Prince Harry. Lord Watson speak outside court after a successful settlement against the Sun's publisher. Okay, so let's listen to that. There's a link, but I'm not going to go into it.
I once said that the big beasts of the tabloid jungle have no predators. I was wrong. They have Prince Harry. His bravery and astonishing courage have brought accountability to a part of the media world that thought it was untouchable. I am sure I speak on behalf of the thousands of victims when I say we are grateful to him for his unwavering support and his determination under extraordinary pressure. If Rupert Murdoch had any decency, he should follow this corporate admission of guilt with a personal apology to Prince Harry, to his father our king, and to the countless others who suffered the same unlawful behaviour at the hands of his media empire. News Group Newspapers owes so many such apologies. Thousands of ordinary people just trying to live their lives have endured the same unlawful behaviour.
As I was listening to him, I'm seeing all these people behind him. These are probably the groups who help the barrister to get those information, the research and all of that. This is why lawyers are so expensive. All right? Do investigation, follow the rule of law. If this happened, under what code of law does this happen, and all of this. I'm thinking in terms of architecture. When you do something, there are rules to follow. So I'm just thinking out loud. This is why they cost so much. Okay, and now...
I once said that the...
And now commences the rehabilitation of Harry and family reconciliation. Just watch. Okay, this person... Okay, I read this on my last video on Happy Team Sussex. But for the video's sake, that's why I put it for the clip of him talking for this video. I wanted to share it with you. But even though it will be a screenshot. All right, let's go to the next one. I did go on Happy Team Sussex. I read some of these comments already. Next tweet. There's that. New. There's the fire. News Group Newspapers offers a full and unequivocal apology to Prince Harry. NGN admits to unlawful activities, including those carried out by private investigators. NGN also apologizes to Prince Harry for phone hacking and surveillance by the news of the world. The other thing as well, damn, I thought about it before and now I lost it again. Okay, now I remember. The people who works for these billionaires, when those billionaires are sending them to do things that they know, okay, deep inside them, they know it's wrong. But those billionaires are sending them to do it, they need to think for themselves. If they get caught, if it's something illegal, if they get caught, will they have enough money to get themselves out of the situation? Because there's Rupert Murdoch. He has all these people around the world lying and doing all sort of unethical things. Now, when the fire is turned on him, he quickly, well, I will not say quickly because it got all the way to the court without the trial, but it took, I guess they were trying to see if Harry was bluffing. That kind of thing. But Harry was going all the way. And it took them until in court, the day of, similar to when Fox News was lying about the 2020 election. It got them to admit until the day in court. And the closer you are to the hearing, to the trial, that's the word, to the trial, the more expensive the thing is to settle the case. So Harry got all the way in court, similar to Fox News case regarding the 2020 election. And then same thing again happened. The minute he realized that these people are serious, he's willing to pay billions. That's with the Fox News thing, with the voting machines. And now there he is again. I think Harry, I don't know, they say how many figures? 6 or 8 figures. All right. And to Princess Diana, Harry wanted an apology for his mother as well. Over to you, Met Police. That's for sure. Now they need to do it, and that's the thing I'm a little bit afraid with, because they even have some of these people, at their fingertip to pay off, to turn a blind eye. But the thing is now, so many things have been done in public. You got the inquiry, Levison inquiry, was done publicly. Certain things were said that were publicly. And now, with Harry going to court, there's another public documentation of it that they are lying. And also, what I think as well, because maybe I should edit that video that I recorded yesterday leading up, because when I did that video, I didn't know the result, if Harry had settled or it was even at that time. It was around this time that I recorded yesterday. So we didn't know the outcome of it. As a matter of fact, we thought there's going to be a long trial. And that there a lot of people in the inquiry, Levison inquiry, said things that was false. And we thought there was going to be a long trial where more things was going to be exposed. But Rupert Murdoch decided to settle. So the lies, all of these things become public documentation for people to track. And I don't think the Met Police could turn a blind eye, because in the Levison inquiry, things were said publicly. At that time, people thought they were telling the truth because it was under oath. Even though, on back of most people's mind, they knew they were lying, and this is why they didn't want a second inquiry. Now, in court, there's another public apology for all of their wrongdoings. And they said that, whatever that was said in the inquiry is completely false. So this is why Harry wants these things to be public, so people could know the documentation of things. When, for instance, when they're writing all those BS about his wife and even himself, when he wants to expose the truth, he takes them to court, so there could be a documentation of it. All right. And you could see even on social media, many of the derangers are denouncing as if he didn't win. I'm telling you, when these people, they claim up is down and down is up. Blue is a different color. White is a different color. Black is a different color. It's unbelievable. Okay. Stop embarrassing yourself. Okay. Who's embarrassing themselves? Okay, black. Okay, and the Sun telling lies under oath. There's that. Watch the police do nothing. Everything that's wrong with broken Britain. All right, so the people have to demand it. I don't know, they better not get Harry involved. Because if Harry get involved, he's going to want to go all the way through with it. It's just, don't bother him. And there's one comment I was responding to, and I was like, when Harry speaks, you guys better listen, because he means what he says. Because since he was young, he been saying the private life have to remain private. And he hope people respect that.
This is half my official role, but half my private role. This is what I enjoy doing, but the private life has to be private, and I hope people respect that.
They never respect them. Okay, next tweet. This is the squad who retweeted that Harry's uncle, Princess Diana's brother, support from Charles Spencer. Okay, let's go into that. Okay, there's this. It takes an enormous amount of guts to take on an opponent like newspapers, and great tenacity to win, and it's just wonderful that Harry fought for and gained. An apology to his mother. She will be incredibly touched at that, and rightly proud. All right, so there's this. Let me see how many. Okay, is that me? Yeah, that's me responding. I'll go into that in a few. Let's see. Princess Diana's settled big soldier ended. What an incredible victory, Prince Harry. Okay, I believe he settled. He didn't win. Oh my God, this one is a different level of things. Okay, so there's me here. So what do you call this? Me pointing to the NGN apology. Harry then went, yet NGN agreed to pay him substantial damages. What kind of a loss is this? Serious question. Please respond. And I think she did. There's here. Okay, I never said he lost. I said he accepted the settlement from Murdoch. He then see it through court to have a third-party decision. He accepted the settlement. No one won. They settle. Okay? Who asked for the settlement? Not Prince Harry. No one won. I had to ask Google because perhaps my English comprehension sucks. A win is a win no matter how it won. Trump won. A good portion of Americans don't agree unless some miraculous evidence says otherwise. For now, he won. There's me asking Google. Okay, Google, who won the phone hacking case against NGN? Prince Harry. There it is. And there was something else that I saw. And I went in and grabbed some screenshot. Okay, the real winners were the lawyer. Well, Harry won because he didn't spend any money to pay the lawyers. Okay, yes, the bigger winner, that will be not the real. The bigger winner are the lawyers. But Harry won. The thing is that some of the money did not come out of his pocket. Okay. So he get his portion and then the papers pay for his lawyer and then he move on. Let me see here. 36 comment. Okay, absolutely not. After 5 years of targeted abuse toward his wife and family, the UK president should ask William to use his money to improve his rental property. So many of me again pay bats. No, that's not bats. Okay, William donated. Oh, there was another one. We responded to. I was laughing about it. Okay, William donated the £1 million proceeds to himself. Okay, what proceeds? Lawyer going to get it all. That's something else. That's his business. Why should Harry donate? Okay, so which one did I get into? The real winners, will Harry donate? Okay, so that's this. The real winners were the lawyers. Will Harry donate the proceeds like William did? I thought I respond to this as well. I don't see my comment. Get out of Harry's pocket. That's for sure. There's one that I responded where I said he's helping so many organizations and charities and all that. Whatever he does with his money, that's his. William donated his to his own charity. How much longer is your novelty account going to be tolerated? The bullies just lost today. Okay, who's William again? No, because William didn't, you idiot. Okay, so let's leave that alone. All right, so let me go to the next one. All right, this, I think the Meredith one might be a different videos by itself. Depending on how I do with the editing, I might put this on a video by itself. Or go watch her if you're on YouTube or TikTok. I'm not sure where she's, what platform she's at. So this is a retweet. Nice one, at Meredith Constant. Perfectly put. All right, so let's listen to this. Let's pause. There will be a screenshot. If you really want to understand Harry's win with the media, watch our dear Mary Constant explain it very well. The media are not reporting it well. Why is the British law helping the media to abuse, trolls, bully, threatening, harassing, and lying to misinform the public, to hate their victims for money and get away with it? Why? Okay, so let's listen to this. I didn't listen to it yet. 7 minutes, so that's long.
January 22nd, 2025. Early this morning, East Coast time, we found out that Prince Harry and former MP Tom Watson have settled with NGN, which is News Group Newspapers, the British publishing arm of Murdoch's empire. In a pretty stunning move, Murdoch's UK tabloids apologize to Prince Harry and admit intruding on the late Princess Diana. This is some of NGN's apology to the claimants. Some of the highlights from NGN's apology is to the Duke of Sussex for the serious intrusion by The Sun between 1996 and 2011 into his private life, including incidents of unlawful activities carried out by private investigators working for The Sun. Interestingly, they also offer that apology on behalf of the now shuttered News of the World. And that was for, quote, phone hacking, surveillance, and misuse of private information by journalists and private investigators instructed by them at the News of the World. Note, in the apology from The Sun, It's just about unlawful activities by private investigators, not journalists. It doesn't implicate in that way. But the News of the World apology, which is now closed, this was the paper that saw editors like Rebecca Brooks and Andy Coulson face trial. Now, Andy ended up serving a short sentence. That's one of the reasons that the apology on behalf of News of the World is a little more fleshed out. Here's the thing about The Sun, the other entity that's still going. It's not over for them. These are a series of tweets from former MP Tom Watson, who was also the final claimant left standing along with Prince Harry. To the Prime Minister, I know you care deeply about fairness and the law, but are we really willing to continue as a country where some corporate executives are above the law and out of reach of our police? Went on to say to Sir Mark Rowley, when you receive our dossier exposing wrongdoing, will the Metropolitan Police act? Because this was a civil case. And what the apology also calls into question is the excuse given to the Met Police for why millions of emails were deleted during the phone hacking scandal when they were told to preserve all evidence. Which brings us back to Will Lewis. Will Lewis was referred to by The Guardian as a cleanup campaigner who was hired to, quote, root out newsroom corruption as a top...
Okay, I did a reporting, I think based on Byline, about Will Lewis, either on this channel or at Team Sussex. All right, and right now, Will Lewis is the CEO at Washington Post. All right, so let's continue.
Top Murdoch executive. What he's been accused of, though, is leading a massive cover-up of criminal activity when he was acting outside of public view, and that include the alleged deletion of millions of emails. Furthermore, a few months ago in high court.
It's really funny listening to all of this, Meredith and all the reporting. Murdoch is sitting back and just letting these people do the dirty work for him. And then if they get caught, his hand all clean. He either admit or don't admit. But once he knows they got enough evidence on him, he tells the truth. So he's done with. He's moving on. The other thing that I was thinking earlier, when I brought the point about yesterday recording, is that in one of the articles that I was reading, is that the judge, okay, who was presiding over this case and had presides over another case that Harry had sued one of the papers and Harry won. They wanted to do or talk to the judge secretly in his chamber. And the judge said, no, everything's going to be public. So they knew from that point on, they had a judge who's not messing around. Okay? So the moment that they realized this judge is not going to do anything secretly, and they had to talk like, okay, we can talk our way out of this. We better try to settle with Harry ASAP. Okay? So that's another key point with this judge who were presiding over that lawsuit. Okay? That's what I was thinking about earlier, and then I went blank and I forgot all my chain of thought. Is the judge. They knew, NGN knew the judge wasn't messing around. And Harry have won, when the truth is bare, and you have a judge who's neutral, who's willing to follow the law, people could win. But when these people are, trying to put money under the table, turn a blind eye, they'll run wild. But let's continue. Let me move it back slightly.
Is leading a massive cover-up of criminal activity when he was acting outside of public view, and that include the alleged deletion of millions of emails. Furthermore, a few months ago in high court, this was during a preliminary high court hearing over claims brought by Watson And one of the things brought up in court was, quote, Lord Watson was also falsely cited by senior NGN executives such as Rebecca Brooks and Will Lewis as part of the fake security threat used to justify the wiping of the crucial backup tapes of NGN's email system that led to the deletion of millions of incriminating emails, as the claimants allege. Essentially, they've been accused of a trumped-up security threat to justify doing what the Metropolitan Police told them not to do.
Yep.
Don't know what Harry received as a payout, but Chris Shipp reports that it is an 8-figure sum. Think about that in terms of the fact that the Mirror Group, where Prince Harry did successfully take them to trial, they were found liable of unlawful activities in several of his claims. That was a 6-figure sum, and low 6 figures. That was awarded by a judge. Historically, settlements in the UK are much lower than what you would anticipate in the US. In contrast, Murdoch's Fox News in America settled before they went to court a few years ago to the tune of a 9-figure settlement.
Yep.
Here's the thing, because of English law, Part 36, if there are attempts to settle before going to court and you take it to court, you go all the way and you win, you can win. If the monetary damages that the judge decides are less than what was offered, you are now on the hook for paying not only your legal fees, but also the other side's. Can't even imagine what the legal fees are right now for both parties. A statement on behalf of Prince Harry and former MP Tom Watson was made by David Sherborne. I'm going to highlight this part. Quote, the truth that has now been exposed is that NGN unlawfully engaged more than 100 private investigators over at least 16 years on more than 35,000 occasions. This happened as much at The Sun as it did at News of the World, with the knowledge of all the editors and executives going to the very top of the company. Remember, during the phone hacking scandal, News of the World closed in order to save The Sun. The idea and what was put forth by NGN was always that this was an isolated issue related to News of the World. But now we know that, in fact, they lied. Because this was also going on at The Sun, which they have admitted now in a public apology to Prince Harry and former MP Tom Watson. Not only that, executives and higher-ups knew about it. They had to have known about it. In Justice Fancourt's decision in favor of Prince Harry in his case against The Mirror, he pointed out that how could editors at the time, including people like Piers Morgan, how could they not know what was...
And there is video of Piers Morgan training, or I don't know, showing a young, I don't know if it's an intern or a journalist, how to hack a phone. Okay, there's videos of him showing that young woman about phone hacking, what she needs to do and all of that. I mean, he was so free to carelessly talking about it. Okay, I move it back slightly.
In Justice Fancourt's decision in favor of Prince Harry in his case against The Mirror, he pointed out that how could editors at the time, including people like Piers Morgan, how could they not know what was going on? The statement also accuses them of lying in court and lying during the Levinson inquiry, which was supposed to have a part 2, which would have looked at police involvement with media. The statement also makes the point that far from being a relic of a distant past, many of those behind these unlawful practices are in high positions now, both in UK media and around the world.
That's right.
Quote, wielding editorial power and perpetuating the toxic culture in which they continue to thrive. The statement calls for the rule of law to now run its course. And it calls on the police and parliament to investigate not only the unlawful activity now finally admitted, but the perjury and cover-ups along the way. The statement ends with kind of a, we've done our part.
Yeah.
Now it's time for the law to do its part.
I think so too.
I'm going to be getting into all of this more in part 2, including what justice and accountability looks like. Stay tuned.
Okay, I got
Today
this.
is
Oops.
Wednesday.
I got the same thing with Meredith. Exactly what she said. And yeah, if, for instance, I think Harry's done. I don't think he planned on going back to this if the police don't investigate. But if he were to say and take it to court and said, if the police don't investigate, then he'll do something. I don't know what he will do. I don't think he will be doing that. Let me read some of the comments anyway. Okay, at this person here, please watch this. It helps with some of your questions. That's an ad. The Prime Minister already came out and said he will not be pursuing any charges. He is so sold out to the media. That was before that. That was before the Harry's case. And I think I shared it in one of my videos, is that before the July 4th election, there was some dinner or some party that was going on by the Murdoch, and he went there to that party, and people call it out. And that's how I was aware of it. Okay. What? No way did he say that today? Yeah, he said that before that. Before that, but not today. I'm aware of what this person is saying. Okay, the Prime Minister already came out and said he will not pursue any. Okay, that was before the lawsuit. The Harry's went. Okay, well done, Murdoch settled. Please stop framing it as Harry settling. And NGN conceded defeat, which is an admission of guilt, case over. The payout is damages for their wrongdoing. Yeah, the derangers are framing it differently. Okay, arguing with trolls while trying to correct British tabloid misinform, clickbait, rage baiting, dumb headlines seems to be the newest career of choice for some in the ever-exhausting royal saga. The other thing is, in my view, okay, I've been saying this, but it's just my humble opinion. It feels like the Murdoch group closing up shop in the UK. They already got their vast, of their people dumbed down, okay, hypnotized by the media. Now they're moving to the US. They started with the Fox News, and now whatever they did for the election, and they got Trump, and Trump is already roaming through all sort of things with executive orders and all that. So they're coming here to do the damage here in the US. And I just hope something happened to de-hypnotize Americans. Okay, this is very good analysis. Excellent. But, wasn't Harry's case supposed to stop the toxic British press? You say he won, and at the same time, nothing changed. What sort of win is that, apart from Harry's bank account? Oh, please. This is the way these people are framing that. He won. I mean, what power does Harry has to force the elected officials, where people vote to put them in power? What does Harry has? He did his part when they interfere with him. So that was his problem, to do something about it. Now, he did something about it, and he brought it close enough to reveal they were lying. The papers were lying about what they say about during the Leveson inquiry. So he did his part. He doesn't have power to force, or some magical power to force elected officials by the people who elected them to do something. It's off his hand. Now, if the people come together and demand an investigation, then that's a different story. But Harry's done. He did enough for the people. Let's see here. There's no comment. Let me put. Okay, so this is my response to this person here. Right. But wasn't Harry's case supposed to stop the toxic British press? You say he won, and at the same time, nothing changed. What sort of win is that? Apart from Harry's bank account, that is. I mean, the logic of these people, it seems like their brain is hanging by a thread or something. Okay, Harry doesn't have magical powers to force elected officials voted by the people to do anything. Harry did enough to expose NGN lied under oath, Leveson inquiry. If elected officials don't do anything from this point on, it is up to the people to demand an investigation. For now, I know, I point down here, it's true. Okay, in the UK, the punishment for perjury is a maximum sentence of 7 years imprisonment. So that we know. is true, because we know things that already happened. The Leveson inquiry, they lie, and it was under oath. And then as recently as yesterday, with Harry's win, with the NGN admitting that they did lie and everything else, okay? So they exposed themselves. So NGN says that whatever their people did at or said at the Leveson inquiry were a lie. They were lying. So that's a perjury. So this is a fact. There is perjury, punishment or fine. All right. So that's that. There was something someone just like, and I responded to, and I think I was making reference to it earlier. Okay, a statement on behalf of Duke of Sussex and Lord Watson. You know what? I'll come back to this another time. All right. Maybe it's on the list already. Let's go to the next tweet. Palace Lord Chamberlain. Okay. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to stop this video now, and there will be part 2. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. All right. So that's it. Thank you for watching.